Okay. We should be live now.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, we're back.
Sorry for that.
Slobs decided to crash and not tell me.
Yep, this is a fun time.
Don't worry, I'll be switching over to OBS soon.
But hello. Welcome back. Hopefully, we didn't miss too many, little dialogue things. I don't know where the cutoff was. Maybe, show the most recent few, like, little chat things. So yeah, that's what happened. There's a robot here now. I believe that pretty much gets everyone caught up to speed. I don't think it cut out too long ago, but yeah. All right.
Okay, let's get going.
Yeah.
Suddenly, a shot rings out behind you. It sounds stupid that it sounds so stupid that you almost believe it, but it's true. Who's shooting a gun at a robot? The robot makes a little vert startup noise and raises his katana into a ready stance. Oh my god, I can scroll back.
Huh.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh. A blur of green and khaki charges out of the jungle and tackles the robot full in the stomach. It doesn't fall to the ground. Instead, it puts the kid, a human you can see, so probably this is the Jake guy, into a headlock. He struggles, lashing at it with his elbows and kicking at its angles. The robot proceeds to beat the kid up. There's no reason to describe it in detail. It's unpleasant to watch. It makes you feel really bad. You'd even know there could be a polar opposite to Equius, but this kid is it. The robot is super effective against him. You have to stop it, but there's too much action for you to get close. Even if you could reach Jake, there's no way you could zap him out of there without bringing the BattleBot with you. Except, things have been weird lately. The accepted rules of your power no longer seem so inviolable. Maybe you can just do it? You close your eyes and think really hard about bringing Jake with you. When you open your eyes, a young man stands in his bedroom. Wait, is it Jake's birthday? No. What? You shake your head in consternation. Anyway, you manage to bring Jake, and only Jake, into the house. He stands there, clutching his side and panting, recovering from the robo beatdown. The guy's bedroom is so covered in movie posters, it's hard to even see the shape of the walls. The floor is littered with weaponry. A lot of the kids you've met live like this, basically lounging around in piles of detritus pertaining to their character divining interests. Anyway, it's clear to anyone who sees this room that he's absolutely fucking loves movies and guns. You don't need to waste your any time on exposition here.
Jeezum creasum. You all right over there, my chromatically challenged chappie?
Oh great, I forgot. No. He's the one who's British.
Yeah. Or kind of. I don't know, it's complicated. I don't think he... At least this Jake, I don't think, spent, like, any time anywhere near, England. So...
He's like a weeaboo for Britain. A Britaboo. You're fine. Jake's the one who seems hurt. That robot really did a number on him.
I'll say, a confounded thing practically never doesn't do a number on me. It does so many numbers, it's one short of standing ovation down on Broadway Ave. I'm just glad I could be there to help. You know, life is always just a smidgen easier with a bro's helping hand firmly placed on your behind. With a friend behind you, is what I mean to say.
Oh, sure. Jake doesn't really seem fazed by any of this. Not the alien monsters on his island, not your presence, and not his ungainly defeat at the hands of the anime robot. Not even by you teleporting him around.
Well, I'm sure my good buddy Jane told me you might stop by. And honestly, I've been chomping at the proverbial bit to meet you, old fella. To meet you, old fella, me lad. I'm sure Janie showed you a good time, and as she is a stand-up host and a top-notch friendo, an absolute wonderful wonder wench, and no doubt about it.
I hate him so much. I'm beginning to remember why I dropped off around the Alpha Kids.
But gosh, I've been so gung-ho to show a brand new personage around the old digs. Get it? I live in a ruined temple, so it's literally digs.
My, headcanon voice for him, very specifically, is, Dub Part 2 Joseph Joestar.
Never watched Dub.
My personal, preferred watching method is watch part 1 and 2 dub and then watch 3 onward subbed. Although maybe I might switch over to the dub for part 6 because hey, it takes place in Florida. It makes sense.
True, but you'll have to wait for the dub to come out.
But here's where you're mistaken because the dub caught up with the sub, and so I'm pretty sure the next one is going to be simul-dubbed.
Oh.
Anyway,
nudges you with a meaningful elbow and gives you a hearty raising of the eyebrows.
Did you just say that out loud? He did. Well, here you are, ready to be shown around the ruined temple. Where to first?
No, let's not actually go there. I'm no stranger to danger, but there's nothing like a man's familiar four walls to give him a feeling of peace and quietude. We'd better hide out for now. Just a tactical withdrawal whilst my robo-buddy and his usual monster menagerie are out and about.
Right, the monsters. You can't help but notice that this is the same island where Jade lived. But instead of one big white creature custodian like Beck, Jake has lots. Trying to be culturally sensitive, you tell him it must be nice to have such a big family. Jake looks perplexed.
I reckon it must be nice. I can't say I've ever had one, though. If family is what you're looking for, you couldn't have picked a worse place to mount your search. There's about as much familial spirit in my locale as cows in a cornfield. Which is to say, there's simply none to be seen.
Oh, shit. You misinterpreted things. So Jake really just lives here alone? That must be hard.
I'll say, as another of my friends could tell you, there's nothing worse than being a teen stranded alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. My grandma used to live here with me, but she died long ago.
Wait. Who's the other friend that knows about living in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Oh. Dirk.
Either Dirk or Roxy, because both of them kind of live in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. You think of your friend John, or rather his corpse, oh right, standing ceremonially in Jane's living room. Same house, similar kids, same island, mysteriously dead grandma. I forgot that he learned that Jade's grandpa is John from a different timeline, kind of, sort
James.
of.
Yeah.
What?
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so
basically, to give a TLDR, there's an event that happens in Homestuck about midway through.
Midway through Act 2.
No. It happened at the end of Act 5.
The paradox clothing?
Oh, no. I'm talking about Cascade.
Oh, Cascade, right.
Yeah. So, basically, there was an event that essentially made them need to reset the timeline and how things went and everything. Do like a hard reset on events because their current set of circumstances would lead to a failed game state. So what happened was they did a thing called a scratch, And what that did was that it basically swapped the main 4 kids' places with their ectobiological parents. So this character right here, Jake, is Jade's grandpa, but placed where Jade would have been born. And the same goes for everyone else. Dave's bro is, well, there's kind of a complicated thing with Dave's bro and Rose's mom. They got flung way into the future. But they're still like communicating with everyone else. But yeah, everyone gets swapped around and everything. And the corpse that we saw stuffed in Jane's house was an alternate version of Egbert.
Yeah, and the corpse stuffed in Jade's house
was Jake.
Yes, was Jake.
Hopefully that didn't break your brain too much.
Just a little bit. I think let's just go.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together and come up with your dead friend Jade. Oh, it's a gut punch, even though the inexorable passage of time meant that, of course, you would zap to the future and visit time periods where all your friends are dead, if you wanted. Oh, we don't realize we're in a different universe. I guess that's kind of what you did to your old friends by skipping forward so many years in Alternia. Haha, wow, you're kind of starting to hyperventilate about this. You focus hard on Jake, trying to pull yourself together. Luckily, he doesn't seem to have noticed anything is wrong with you. Jake seems like the kind of person who doesn't have room in his head to talk and notice other people at the same time.
But I try not to complain. After all, things could be worse. I have all the cans a boy could ever want to cookalize. I get to romp in the pumpkin patch to my heart's delight. Plus, the island is the perfect setting for one of the coolest things in the world.
I just noticed he has an Ayla Secura poster behind his ear, which...
Yeah, his thing is
taste.
Blue Women.
Oh, yeah. And then also Laura Croft.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Blue Women and Explorers.
Yep.
And the Hulk.
Oh, I get why the Hulk.
Because he's also into dudes.
No, because Lord English.
What?
His little, his fucking emblem is Lord English. His last name English was taken from Lord English.
Right.
The Hulk is a big green monster.
Got
Lord
it.
English is also a big green monster.
Got it. Okay.
That's right, adventure!
Adventure!
The thrill of discovery, the frenzy of battle. It's the most fulfilling diversion of them all. Why, no boy of a sound disposition could feel sad about his perpetual isolation and the deadness attribution of his family members when the whole dark and teeming jungle is available for his daunting exploration.
Is that really what he thinks? You can't help but remember about 30 seconds ago when Jake said he didn't want to go out to the ruins. You're no problem, Sleuth. But Jake's room looks pretty lived in. Not to mention the quantity of movie consumption suggested by his decor. You're about to respond when there's a horrendous clatter from down below. Jake freezes. A small animal caught in headlights. You suspect the headlights are of the red anime glasses variety.
No fuck buttons. The Metal Maverick makes his return. Listen, you look like a rum customer with primo getaway sticks. Fleeing is probably our best option here.
You don't get it. The last guy you knew who made a habit of consorting with battle robots always bested them handedly. Why would Jake make something he couldn't beat?
Whoa, jumping Jehoshaphat. I'm touched by your high opinion of my robotics know-how. No, I didn't make the robot. My best buddy did. He's a genuine whiz with tech, and of all kinds, and a real thoughtful guy, even though sometimes I wish he would apply some of that big brain box to help me out just a touch more. He couldn't be here himself because of the physical limitations of time and space, so he sent the robot to train me.
Oh, so does he know that Dirk's in the future?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Terminator.
Ha! It's really nice if you think about it. I mean, at first I thought it was somewhat overbearing and unnecessary, but after Dirk explained it to me, I got that it was his way of being nice.
That sounds gaslighty.
Yeah, it's almost like Dirk is a bad friend and romantic partner. I'm sure that won't come up.
Huh.
This best friend sounds,
Not everyone is as lucky as me to have 3 stalwart comrades to brighten their day with... stalwart comrades to brighten their day
it's
where they
comprendes.
live. Compadres.
Compadres. Yeah.
I am having trouble reading this text box.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, okay. No, it's okay.
Not everyone is as lucky as me to have 3 stalwart compadres to brighten their day when they live alone on Murder Island. When you think about it, I'm just about the luckiest gent who ever was stranded in the Pacific with a parcel of ferocious monsters and a killer robot.
Mega Man. It's a killer robot. You guess someone could say that if that someone was Jake. Another harsh sound from below reminds you of the urgency of the situation. You could easily teleport the two of you out of here, but, well... The creepy biotech chittering noise of drones still echoes in your memory. You had some bad experiences trying to escape a killer robot with his eyes set on a friend. Escape via teleportation seems like a temporary solution at best. Sooner or later, Jake's probably gonna have to face down the robot. Is there some way the two of you acting together can take it down?
Ah, you don't understand. It learns from your actions. Anytime I've started to get the jump on that dadburn chrome ass sucker, it's just turned around and given itself a thorough school feeding on the topic of kicking my sweet bippy. If we fight it together, it'll just learn how to fight 2 people. And then, when you leave me all by my lonesome, I'll be up shit creek with nary a paddle to be found. It's like that robot in The Incredibles. Except instead of being an absolutely fantastic work of cinematic art, it's my real life.
Jake is terrified that he's gonna get his ass kicked by a robot that's been going on. Also, Jake is being gaslit by his best friend Dirk, which sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Also, 30 Cs, that's...
About 85.
Oof. Wait, did you just know that off the top of your head, or did you look that up?
No, I knew it.
Right! Your
Damn.
wife's in Thailand. Yeah. Incredibles! Very good movie. Still need to see sequel. Jeezum Creezum. Jake's friend is among the worst gift givers you've ever seen.
There's just one thing we can do if a hasty retreat isn't what tickles your biscuit. If we could find a way to turn on novice mode, it'll be easier to deal with. I usually don't do it, but I'd hate to subject a guest to the violent vicissitudes of a robotic rascal. I just can't remember how it's done.
Oh, okay. So at least this friend included an easy mode. You were starting to think this guy was one of those gamers who thought easy modes cheapened the experience.
Oh god, Dirk would.
He would. But if you designed the thing with a novice mode, maybe he can remind Jake how to trigger it?
Well, I have to admit, you've really put your achromatic digit right on the crux of the matter here, amigo. Strider's a bang-up bro, and I won't utter a word against him, but he doesn't really like to offer help. I imagine he'll think it's my fault for forgetting in the first place, and he probably won't want to give me the answer because I won't learn the lesson that I shouldn't be so forgetful.
Wow. Okay, you're starting to hear some tentative opinion. You're starting to form some tentative opinions about this Strider guy. Opinions.
That said, buddy-o, I think you've stumbled onto quite the sleek solution to our woes. There's no shame in a brave adventurer asking for help when he's well and truly fucked. Maybe we can find someone willing to offer us their casa as a temporary abode?
Oh, sure, you could do that. Maybe Jake could message Jane? Although, now that you think about it, given how Jane talked about Jake when you were there, it seems cruel to spring someone like this on her with so little lead time to prepare herself. You don't want to fluster her too badly. Oh no. You quickly backpedal, telling Jake that Jane seemed too busy when you were there last. Is there someone else?
Well, Roxy's probably zozzled by now.
Zozzled?
You know, pie-eyed. On a toot. Tying one in, deep in the giggle water. 3 sheets to the cold nor'easter.
Oh, wait, she's drunk?
Bingo was his name-o.
Well, so this is a common thing? And she's Jake's age. You don't want to make any assumptions, but that sounds, well, concerning. And also, familiar. You remember what feels like a long time ago, helping a girl symbolically trash her mother's liquor collection. Of course, alcohol isn't that rare, but still, you're starting to feel like there's something strange about all these convergent circumstances. Anyway, is Jake sure his friend is okay?
No, it's nothing like that. Roxy's just a fun and wacky gal, haha.
Muffin, stop biting my Achilles tendon.
Muffin!
Hi,
Sure.
Muffin.
Muffin. Sure, she dabbles in the devil's drink, but she always seems to be having a good time. I wouldn't want to make any unfair assumptions about it.
Somehow this fails to make you feel better.
I guess asking Strider for help is our only option. I just know he's going to be a complete pain in the keister about it. I'll have to butter him up like a morning muffin.
Oh, he'd like that.
Are you any good at matters of persuasion?
Yikes. You want to understand where this kid is coming from, but you're reaching your limits here. Is that really all the friendships Jake has? If so, this is bleak. There's clearly some kind of feelings-based train wreck on the horizon for him and Jane. His friend Roxy is obviously having a crisis that Jake pretends not to see. And his friendship with Strider has more red flags than the People's Republic of China. Is that what Jake is willing to put up with just for companionship? He just pretends he doesn't see the huge issues in his friendships to keep the peace? Is this what it looks like when someone is so indiscriminately hungry for affection that they're willing to go along with anything to get it? You've had about enough. Sorry, Muffin is tickling my foot with her teeth.
Muffin!
You tell Jake you can't stand this anymore. This life that he has, it's not good. Not even close. He lost his family and he's scared to leave his house. His only company in real life is a robot that's programmed to hurt him, and he thinks it's a gift. He seems unwilling to face the glaring flaws in his closest relationships. And all this might be hard and sad, but it can't be helped. Jake has to be so deep in denial about it. He can't just cover this up with cavalier optimism. There is no way that's the best way for him to live. You understand it must be scary when there seem to be structural flaws in every one of Jake's support pillars. but addressing them is the only way anything can get better. Because this, hiding out in his room all alone and just pretending he has the support he needs, is not sustainable. You don't say this part, but if he keeps going along with what other people want him to be, you're scared for what he's going to happen to him as he grows up. That can't lead anywhere good. So, Ash, remind me, what happens to him in the epilogues?
Well, he becomes a drunk shut-in, depressed, longing for Dirk's affection, which Dirk has long since moved on from, and he's just really sad and pathetic. He becomes a celebrity, but it doesn't seem to bring him any happiness.
After your rant, Jake stares at you, aghast. You start to feel bad. Yes, he probably needed to hear those things, but you could have guided him more gently. You're usually an expert at encouraging people slowly toward emotional growth. This kid really got under your skin. But then Jake's face crumbles.
You're absolutely right.
Oh.
I am lying to myself. I manicure the image of myself as some brave adventurer, but I don't go out into the ruins unless I have to. And I suppose on some level I have suspected that things with Jane and Roxy and Dirk weren't exactly Jake.
Wait, what?
No, it's like a word that means good. It's just plain English. Jake English. Anyway. I guess I didn't realize how serious it was, or how much I was really ignoring. Gee fucking willikers, it's not easy to hear that all this came across loud and clear to a complete stranger. That really makes me feel low. But I guess for a truly brave gentleman, the only thing to do is to try to be better from here on out. It's scary, but I do want to be the kind of person who was honest and forthright. A real hero. If I'm not doing that, then I need to figure out how to do that. Holy smokes, you've really opened my eyes, mixed mystery friend. You really have a knack for spotting problems. Do you think you could stick around and help me do better?
Could one of you check the stream?
Oh, seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like asking the sun if it minds shining. Helping people confront their buried issues and come out of it changed for the better. Why, that's the very thing you're desperately lashed onto to give your life some kind of purpose. But something about this feels off. Was your rant really all it took to turn things around for Jake? Did you really just fix him? It doesn't seem right. Definitely not good pacing anyway. Jake is looking at you with big green puppy eyes. You have to make a choice.
We choose to save.
It is the correct choice.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Quite.
Indubitably.
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 Should we agree to help or not? I can see both.
I feel like do not might be the bad solution.
Yeah, because this game is all about helping people. So, no, fuck it. He's on his own. You're about to say yes. Every part of you is straining to say yes and fulfill your life's purpose. Your real life's purpose. Not like before, when you were being mind-controlled to pursue friendship on whatever shallow or unsatisfying level was possible. This desire to help, to make your mark in whatever small positive way you can wrangle, is something you figured out for yourself. It matters. But when you're about to open your mouth, you stall. A deep existential hopelessness watches over you, the kind that you thought you were past by now. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you care, but honestly, you're exhausted. It's so much work coaxing teens through personal revelations. No reward except the temporary abatement of your deep soul-level feeling of narrative irrelevance. You need a break. Why not give yourself a freebie? You told Jake that you don't think he needs your help. It's probably for right now that he's realized there's a problem. It's enough right now that he's realized there's a problem. There's no need to swallow down all your personal growth pills at once. Jake looks objectively relieved.
If I can shoot straight from the hip, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. I think I've done enough already, too.
Yep, you only need to improve yourself once. As we all know, improvement is a one-stop shop.
Yep. Whew. This has been a great talk. I feel like they were really firing, we're really firing on all sinister, I feel like we're really firing on all cylinders friendship-wise.
If you were a past version of yourself, that would make you feel really happy. Instead, a sick feeling of guilt is poisoning your guts. You're about to touch on something real there, and you know it was wrong to pull back from it. You're not doing Jake any favors. Still, you give him a weak smile and offer him the best friend-making tool you know. Are there any faraway friends he's interested in connecting with?
Oh, boy howdy, what a proposition. Why, I feel like one of those movie characters who's offered near unlimited powers out of nowhere. Like Bruce Almighty, ready to lasso the moon and damn the consequences on those pesky tides.
I almost read that as titties.
Well, to be fair, the next thing he does is increase Jennifer Aniston's titties.
That's true.
Fair enough.
There is someone I've had a hankering to meet for a little tete-a-tete.
Chat. A little chat.
Chat.
Remember when I regaled you with the tale of my grandma?
Oof. You're not sure you're ready to... You're gonna be able to reunite this kid with his dead grandma. That seems like one of those things you won't be allowed to do, despite the supposed limitlessness of your powers. You'd probably be blocked by that weird force, the one that seems to have power that supersedes zapping anywhere in any time, place, or dimension. You don't like to think about that force too hard.
No, my stalwart chap. I've been corresponding in an epistolary fashion with a version of my grandma when she was a young girl. My pen pal buddy Jade.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember this?
No.
I understand if it's asking too much, but I'd love to meet her. She always said we'd meet someday in some roundabout confusing who's-he-what's-it fashion, and I was pleased as a passel of possums to hear it. But recently she's stopped replying, right in the final run-up to the vaunted finish line. I've been all the Twitter with worry, if you don't mind me telling you. Do you think we could take a hop, skip, and a jump over to her lodgings?
What a relief. You actually know Jade. You can take her to Jade right now. Jake smiles a big goofy grin at you. You should feel happy, you tell yourself sternly. This is a good thing to do. He said himself that you're fixing a concern of his.
Oh, I just realized.
What?
I don't think the tags were set for the stream. Oh wait, a couple of them were, but I don't think the other ones were.
Well, what tags aren't there anymore?
Visual novel.
Visual novel doesn't
and...
exist.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fuck. What were the other ones? I can't remember.
I think it was just trans LGBTQ casual playthrough and charity.
Oh, casual playthrough and charity are not there.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't matter that much. It's just
I
something
I can add them in really quick.
Okay.
There, updated.
Cool.
But the yawning malaise inside you only grows. You'd like to think of yourself as an agent of positive change, but there you are again, nothing but a glorified interdimensional taxi service. Whatever, who cares? At least he'll be with someone he loves. You grab Jake's hand and take him off to his family. You expect the normal non-event of your zappy powers, but instead there's a sick wrenching feeling. A kind of squeezing like you're not the right shape wherever you're going. It steals your breath and then it's gone. Nervously, you open your eyes. What?
This is a background from Hive Swap.
Yeah.
This is the other Harley mansion. This is fucking fuck, what's her name?
The
So many J names.
She's the main female character from Hive Swap, right? Or human character.
Joey Claire.
Joey,
Claire and Jude Harley.
right. What the fuck? What? Does this have to do with how your powers are changing? Sure, you were distracted and gloomy when you zapped, but you have no idea what just happened. You're not at Jade's house. Wherever you are, it feels deeply wrong. The wrongness jangles through your bones and teeth like the vibrations of a jackhammer. You're not supposed to be here. You have got to get out of here. You grab Jake with a grimace and zap more carefully. Hey! There we go.
E.
You breathe a sigh of relief, which is sadly cut short as you turn to see Jade shoving the muzzle of a rifle in your face once again. You back up, hands raised. Jade, no, it's just you, her friend. You've already been through all these wacky misunderstanding shenanigans with fire. This is a different version of Jade. Oh.
I know who it is. I just think you shouldn't be here.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate everything you've done for me. You have no idea what it meant to me to be able to meet my friends in person. The last time you came here, things got dangerous, and I started to wonder if you have any idea what the consequences are of what you're doing.
Okay, there's obviously something she needs to There's obviously something she needs to get off her chest. And you want to hear it. But can she put the gun down? You both know she's not actually going to shoot you.
Oh, right. I guess the gun was a little over the top, but you startled me and I got really mad.
Oh no, you're starting to blend the two voices.
Am I?
You were for a second.
Ever since you left last time, I've been thinking about what you did with me and Dave.
Oh no.
Even though Back didn't stop you, I don't think he wanted me to be traveling around like that.
I'm talking about taking Dave and Jade to go see, what's her face? Cat girl.
Right.
Not when you brought all the
Nepeta.
friends to Jade, Nepeta. It's when you took
Yeah.
the two of them and then Jade shot the Lussus on accident.
Yeah.
I forgot she was there.
I know you're a nice person and you don't mean to do anything bad, but I think it's impossible to have powers like yours without being a little corrupted by them. When you mess around in our lives, that can have serious consequences, but you always leave afterwards and don't live out those consequences with us. It was great to meet my friends, but you know what? I would have met them anyway in the game. I can't help thinking that it would have been better for things to play out like they were supposed to. So, I'm sorry, but I just don't want you interfering in my life anymore. I think it's for the good of everyone if you just leave us alone from now on.
It hurts to hear, but how could you argue with that? You told Jade that you don't want her to do anything that makes her uncomfortable. There's just like one little thing that you maybe already did. You gestured at Jake. He's huddled behind you, clearly having second thoughts about this. Maybe it's the gun, but then again, Jake is pretty comfortable around guns. Maybe it's just the fear of the mortifying ideal of being known. When was this made? Like, that's a fairly new Tumblr meme, isn't it?
I mean,
Oh, it might be.
this volume I think came out like last year.
When did this come out?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, this one came out February 19th, 2020.
2013?
What? No, 2020.
No, the meme.
Oh! What? That doesn't
Okay,
sound right.
2018 is when it started getting,
Okay.
but like,
That...
it comes from something that came out in 2013.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
I was about to say, like, there's no way this is an 8-year-old meme.
Who the fuck are you?
You watch as he clears his throat and fidgets, his hands twitching at his sides like he's thinking about hanging onto his own guns for comfort.
I'm your grandson?
Jake?
That's me.
And Jade bursts into tears. She flings herself forward and throws her arms around Jake.
Okay, I know I just said I didn't want any interference, but this isn't fair. I can't believe you're here!
When they pull, by the way, Jake is older than Jade at this point. I believe he's
Yes.
16.
Yes.
When they pull apart, Jake's eyes are watery as well. He's taller than Jade, being a few years older, but from the shy way he looks at her, you can tell he still sees her as the authority figure here. You can suddenly see how much Jake must have admired his grandma. Muffin, stop biting me! Fine, you're still in a mood, but this is heartwarming as hell. You intentionally tune out the conversation a little as Jake and Jade gush at each other. It just seems really private. They're family, after all. You don't have any place in this conversation, which only adds to your frustrated feeling of being help-blocked. It's great that this is making Jade and Jake so happy, but it really has nothing to do with you at all.
I guess I can't really give you the tour since you grew up in the same place as me. But maybe we can take advantage of this opportunity. We both grew up alone, right? Isn't there anything you always wanted to do, but you couldn't do it with only one person?
Holy hell, Jane, that's a rip snorter of an idea. You've got a splendiferous mind up in that noggin of yours.
Aww. It's weirding me out how much you sound like my grandpa. It's making me miss him too. But I'm really happy I got to spend time with you.
Now leave.
Me too. As your question, as to your question, there's one thing that comes forefront to the old think tank. You know how it is being a kid alone in your room on a godforsaken island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. You start to entertain all kinds of fancies.
Of course.
Well, there's this cosplay I've been trying to make work for years. I'm not very good at cosplay, and I haven't had anyone to help me bring my vision to life. Is that the kind of activity you'd be suited for?
OMG, I would love that. What's the character?
Only the bravest archaeologist / adventurer of all time, Lara Croft.
Does Jake have gender feelings too?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Oh, wow. So, you want to be a sexy Tomb Raider? I think I'll have to stop picturing you as my grandpa.
Old Grandpa Tomb Raider.
No.
But I would love to help with that.
To be frank, Jane, I don't really think of Miss Croft as sexy.
Wait, is Jake gay?
I think Jake is pan.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right, because he kind of has feelings for Jane.
He kind of has feelings all over the place. Jake's a bit of a mess.
That's one way to put it.
Now, I know some unmannerly rogues like to comment on the size of her bazoombas. God damn it. But from where I'm sitting, she is a consummate professional.
Sorry, I have a muffin in my hands.
Oh, got it. Muffin!
She won't stop biting me, so now she's stuck in the hug dimension.
I just admire her moxie.
Oh, oops. Sorry. I was just making an assumption based on her outfit, I guess. That was really rude of me.
Remember, cosplay is not consent.
To tell you the truth, I have never seen anything sexy about shorts.
Muffin?
I aspire to the freedom Lara's thighs get to experience every day. I think it's a beautiful dream. A man can wear short shorts without wanting everyone to get all randied up about it, if you know what I mean.
Of course he can.
But what about you, my juvenile grandma friend? This can't just be a cosplay party for yours truly alone. Isn't there anyone you wanted to inhabit the garments of?
That doesn't mean what you think it does, Jake.
Not really. But it would be fun to make a costume for me, too. I could be Mr. Coxcomb, my favorite Manthro chap. He's one of my favorite Manthro chaps.
Jade turns to you, her demeanor towards you considerably softened.
Hey, I'm sorry I was so mad earlier. Honestly, I was just scared of what you were doing. Whoa.
What?
Where'd Autumn go?
Is Autumn no longer in the call?
Oh, there you are.
Wrong button.
Just dropped for a sec.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it. I'm gonna worry about it forever.
Shit.
Tonight, I'm gonna be tossing and turning, being like, man, why did Autumn disappear for a second?
You'll never know.
The mysteries. Honestly, I was scared of what you were doing. It really shook me up to find myself on an alien planet. It felt like we shouldn't be doing it. But I shouldn't have taken it out on you. I know your powers aren't your fault. Do you want to join us? We could make a costume for you too.
Oh, yes, please do. Jade, this specimen right here has been nothing but a absolutely fantabulous friend to me all along.
I'm pretty sure that's a made-up word. Have you?
Almost certainly.
Have you? All you did was tow him along in a little inter-timeline jaunt. You don't feel like you've done Jake much good. Are you even really friends with Jake, or are you just piggybacking off of Felicitate? No. Someone say that word for me.
Facilitating.
Thank you. His friendship with Jade. It's fine, you guess. Everything's going fine. Even well, but it feels unsatisfying. No real nutritional value. You don't feel good about what you've done, but you guess you might as well get a cool costume out of it. You tell Jake and Jade you know exactly who you want to dress like. Yeah. The three of you set to work together.
Oh my god.
Good end, I guess. Who is that supposed to be?
That is one of the characters from Friendsim. He's a clown ringleader. I'm told he's supposed to be sexy.
Oh. I don't know why that disturbs me so bad. Wait, was that that was the good end?
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's see how that ends badly.
By agreeing to help him improve himself. Of course you're gonna ask. Jake asked. Or you're gonna help. Jake asked, didn't he? You think through your old bag of friendship tricks, encouraging him to talk to people about his feelings? It'd probably be good, but it's a little complex. He has 3 different relationships with these kids, all with their own sets of problems. And you're not convinced that Jake is really up for confrontation yet. Your best bet is probably forging unlikely connections through your power of teleportation and friend matchmaking. You think about some of the... You think proudly of the time you introduced Daraya and Tizias. Someone who'd struggled with the questions Daraya was facing, but found a more constructive solution. That's what you need. Not someone similar to Jake, but a good foil. Someone who'll be able to call Jake on his avoidance. Oh no. You need the ultimate full-no puncher, an expert in tough love. You need Vriska Circuit.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Yes!
You asked Jake if you might take the initiative to introduce him to another one of your friends. Someone who has the kind of take-no-bullshit approach that he needs to cultivate.
Alright.
Someone who can really help. I'm sorry that all of these are resulting in you having to do 2 voices.
It is okay.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Lead on, buckaroo.
Gwendolyn, you say she's the worst person in existence? Wait till we get to Dirk!
Haha.
Haha! You clap your hand mately on his shoulder and zap on over to Vriska. You expect her to be in her hive, but when your field of vision clears, you're at the beach again. You've appeared a diplomatic distance away, not right up in her face. Vriska is walking down the beach, hands in her pockets, occasionally aiming a disaffected kick at a piece of trash. You call out to her and wave her over. Her face splits into a grin at the sight of you. It gives you a warm glow, like you've befriended someone's mean cat who never gets along with visitors. Well, maybe more like someone's mean mountain lion.
See, but here's the difference, Gwendolyn. Vriska is a shit person, but she is also a victim. Dirk is not a victim. He's just a shit person.
Yeah, Vriska did terrible things, but she was also incredibly abused, and, she had to do things so that she could survive. Dirk is just an asshole who does it to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Dirk's
not great.
He ends up in a romantic relationship with Jake, and it is incredibly toxic, and he hurts Jake really bad repeatedly.
Yeah. It's not great. Alright. Hey there.
Hi, Vriska. What is she doing on this beach?
I came here to look for my stupid fish friends. Terezi and I need an explosive device for a thing. Terezi and I need an explosive device for a thing, and as much as I hate to admit it, Ampera isn't bad at making them. But he's not even here. I can't find him. Or, I can't even find him the one time I ever wanted. Words. I can't even find him the one time I ever want to see him, ever. Figures, my so-called friends leaving me to do all the work, again.
Is this kind of self-starter energy that Jake could really learn from? Speaking of, you start to introduce your friends to each other, but when you turn to Jake, he's frozen, his face caught in an expression of shock and wonder. We forgot to tell Jake we were taking him to an alien.
That and also she is a blue lady.
Oh. Maybe you should have mentioned your friend was an alien? You keep forgetting to mention things like that. Also, you're right. As you look at him, Jake rallies, snapping to such a ramrod posture you have expected him to salute. He opens his mouth to speak, and then shuts it. You can talk to her, you prompt. It's okay!
Yes. Righto. Holy smokes, I'm ruffled as a baby's bonnet to meet you, Miss Vriska. I'm poised and trembling on the lip of your pit of knowledge, just ready to fall into the expectant abyss. I'm happy to learn whatever you can teach me. Oh god, she's gonna give him a fucking wedgie. This fucking nerd.
Oh god, he keeps going!
Although I must say, when my pal here intimated they had a friend who could help, I didn't expect you to be such a blue and spidery persuasion.
Don't flirt with the alien.
Of
What do you do with
course.
aliens?
Why would anyone be anything else when they could be blue and spidery?
Haha, you have a solid point there, my extraterrestrial associate. I hope you'll pardon my candor, but a real gentleman doesn't hide from the truth. You may be the coolest girl I've ever seen in my entire life.
She's the only girl you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah.
Well, except maybe his grandma.
Clears throat nervously, hoping he didn't overstep.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised to hear that.
I mean, she's also into roleplay.
Feel free to keep listing things that are awesome about me.
Despite his professed admiration for Vriska, however, Jake isn't listening.
Hang on, wait. Technically, the only other girl I've seen was my grandma, but you know what I mean. It's kind of disrespectful to refer to one's own grandmother as a girl, so I didn't mean her. Ah, gosh, I seem to be rambling. Well, I hope this is a radiant exemplar of the kind of being true to myself I hope to cultivate as a regular habit from here on out. I think I can be very brave to just keep being yourself, even when things feel awkward. Don't you think so?
Wow. There's so many things wrong with that. I don't even know where to start.
Oh, doggone it, really? This is why I need your help, Miss Friska. I didn't see anything wrong with any of that at all.
Jake, you're just going
Stop
to
digging.
Yeah, you're digging, but also it's just hitting me just how much of a terrible idea this is. We go from Jake being influenced by a bad gaslighty friend, and we bring him to Vriska,
The
a
bad
bad
gaslighty
gaslighty
friend, who he is immediately attractive to because she's blue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Here I am going around thinking what I'm saying to everyone is tickety-boo, and it turns out it's all been a load of cattywampus fiddle-faddle.
Oh, man. This is the nicest present anyone's ever got me.
She's addressing you now, ignoring Jake's question. A predatory shark smile spans her pointy face.
You must know things were getting bad with Tavros, in a different way than usual, I mean. He just kind of stopped responding in the same way he did before, and not even because of his fakey fraud confidence. He just says no good can come of talking to me. So you brought me a new nerdy loser. This rules.
Well, that wasn't exactly what you expected. Although, now that you think about it, why didn't you expect this? Pretty much anyone could have seen this coming.
Hey!
Except Jake, of course.
I may have my little quirks and quibbles, but that doesn't mean I'm a loser. If you weren't a lady, I dare say such slanderous language would earn you a one-way ticket to Fisticuffs Island.
She is just going to left hook him with the metal arm, and he is going to
Oh,
die.
yeah. Yeah.
Which, now that I think about it, is more or less an appropriate moniker for my permanent residence. How do you like them Granny Smith apples?
This is hilarious. I've never met anyone who makes me feel so good about myself. I'm so lucky to be cool.
Excuse me, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of an apology yet, Miss Rude Alien Girl.
At least Jake is standing up for himself? You get the feeling that this enthusiastic bravado wouldn't hold up if the issue was an interpersonal one with his friends. Either way, Vriska is not backing down. She sizes Jake up, stepping forward to intimidate him.
Do you really want to fight? Because I get the feeling you're whatever this planet's, or whatever your planet's equivalent to a, of.
Colbait?
Yup, that's what it is.
Of-
Because I get the feeling you're whatever your planet's equivalent of coal bait is.
Oh, got it.
I may not know what that means, but I've never once backed down from a scrum, and I'm not about to start now, chum.
Whoa, no! You are not going to let two of your best friends, a category that includes all of your friends, throw down right in front of you. Especially not after Vriska compared Jake to Tavros. Doesn't she remember the consequences of fighting Tavros? Doesn't she want things to go differently here?
Yeah, this is kind of also terrible for Vriska, because she was getting genuine character development through this alternate string of events, and we've just brought something to enable her toxic power, behaviors.
Yeah, because she no longer has to face the consequences of her actions.
Mm-hmm. Wait. What's that supposed to mean?
Why is that 8 there?
She puts 8s in random places when she gets flustered or angry.
Oh, I guess she replaces A's with 8s. Okay.
Not consistently.
Oh, she did here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Not,
no.
not in what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no! You didn't mean any offense. You know Vriska has been through a lot, and her past mistakes should be viewed with that context. But you know Vriska didn't mean to hurt Tavros as much as she did. Right? Vriska's no longer having fun. She's turned to you now, her face set into a line, fists clenched at her side. You remember how magical it seemed to have earned her friendship, and how easily Vriska can lash out when she thinks her friends have turned on her.
You think you know what went down between me and Tavros? Tavros was almost as pathetic as this guy. I was trying to help him get stronger. But every time I did, he just folded like a loser. He barely even tried to fight back. He was too scared and wimpy. And everyone always gets mad at me for pushing him. But that's what our planet is going to do to him. If he doesn't get stronger, he'll die. Trying to protect him from danger now is just letting that happen later. I would even say that I'm the only one who's ever really cared about him. At least I tried to help him shape up.
You almost forgot Jake is here, but at this, he makes an indignant noise, and you turn to see that his anger and distress has ratcheted up several notches.
Well, pardon me, Spider Smurfette, but it doesn't sound like you were much of a friend at all.
Oh god. You nudge Jake, trying to let him know that Vriska can be a little scary, and it might not be the best to push her on this, but Jake isn't listening. Ripperoni and cheese.
Oh, God. No matter how much you may think you're doing this fellow a favor from what you've said, he was really scared and sad. And I'm sorry, but that doesn't make someone stronger, it just makes them scared. Even if you think it's good for him, or even if he said it was what he wanted. Like, maybe he was talking about having a fighting partner, what he really wanted was a companion due to being alone all the time. And to be totally candid, it's hard to believe you didn't know that. Which means it really is more about what you want, or what you want, than what's best for him, even though you keep saying it's what's best for him, which makes it really hard to argue. Anyway, if you ask me, you're a rotten friend, and I don't think I want to be, and I don't think I want you to be one of mine after all.
Before Vriska can respond and almost inevitably makes things worse, you cut her off. Enough is enough. Yeah, Jake? Holy shit, Jake. Now just reflect on that with your current friends. Oh shit, I'm getting a phone call. BRB.
Oh. Okay. Oh. The protagonist is very much not super duper observant, or always the most emotionally intelligent for sure.
I just think it's funny, like, when there's two options, it's always like, one is just like, alright, yeah, this makes sense, this is a good thing to do, and that one's just like, alright, what's the worst thing possible?
Yeah, like this was a mistake.
I guess that's why this is gonna be the bad end.
Sorry about that. That was the The person who did my laser treatment, making sure that my face didn't catch fire after I left.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also, yay, getting to stretch for a minute. Oh, beautiful moment. Okay. You tell her you're sorry for making assumptions. You know that she was doing the best she could with the raw deal she was given in this culture. You offer her a quick thank you for this hellish social interaction and ask for some time alone with your incipient friend here. Friska still looks annoyed, and there's a moment where you're scared she won't let it go. But she does, stepping back and rearranging her facial expression to apathy. You guess pushing it would mean admitting she cares about your opinion of her.
Whatever. Talk to you later, nerds.
After she leaves, you put a comforting hand on Jake's shoulder. That got pretty raw, huh? It kind of seemed like in the end there, he wasn't talking about Vriska at all. Like there was someone else he wanted to say all that stuff to.
No, this has nothing to do with me. It was just some weird alien situation.
Huh. You gently suggest that this might be one of those situations the two of you were talking about earlier, where Jake is suppressing the knowledge because it's inconvenient to it. Is suppressing the truth because it's inconvenient to acknowledge. Doesn't it bear some slight resemblance to a situation in his own friend group? Jake averts his gaze, clearly uncomfortable.
No way. All my friends are best in show.
Gwendolyn, I'm curious why you think the protagonist is so bad. Because, like, comparing, the protagonist is not as bad as Vriska, who has murdered multiple people, or Dirk, who eventually ends up murdering a bunch of people. The protagonist is just kind of dumb.
He doesn't really murder, like, too many people so much as he just manipulates the shit out of everyone he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And kidnaps Rose away from her wife.
Mm-hmm.
Not better, but
I should say, Vriska and Dirk are terrible people. I am not defending either of them. I just think out of the two of them, Dirk is worse.
yeah, I agree. Personally.
Because Vriska grew up in a culture where it's kill or be killed. Dirk just does it. Anyways, we're not here to argue philosophy. I don't think we're here to raise money for Ash here, because we haven't done this in a while.
Heyo.
Okay, that is fair. He is. They are very self-important and self-centered. Yes, we're raising money for Ash. Ash needs to buy a bed because moving is expensive and beds are expensive.
Yup.
Sucks.
Couldn't bring my old bed with me. There wasn't enough space, and also it was a twin bed. And, you know,
The suck.
I needed a new bed anyway.
Yes.
It's true.
I think it's your line.
Oh, I said this one.
Well, la-di-da.
And even if what you're implying was true, it's different when it's your friends. A man can't get by without his bros, so sometimes he has to make allowances.
Oh, Jake, no!
Jake, that's a bad way to go about friendship.
Certain, let's say, eccentricities are just what you have to put up with when best friends are involved.
No, they're not! You're allowed to hold your friends accountable. This is weapons grade interpersonal truth you're spouting. But Jake doesn't look enlightened. Instead, he's growing red in the face with indignance.
And what would you know about it anyway? Not to be rude, but it's a very personal situation between a fella and his buddies. I don't think I appreciate what you're implying.
You don't want to get frustrated, but Jake did ask for your help. The two of you came here because you were going to face up the hard truth about Jake's life. Doesn't Jake want to do that?
Well, of course I do. I'm ready to take a hard look at the old rum peeper, and don't you doubt it. It's just that when it comes to my friends, I didn't think you were saying any of them were bad. I thought you were encouraging me to take things in a more forthright direction because, well... tugs at collar nervously. Because of their feelings towards me? Gosh, it sounds stupid when I say it like that. I hope you know I'm not some kind of pompous, braggadocio, making myself out to be some slick Casanova type.
He thinks all of his friends have crushes on him.
In fairness, they all do.
I mean, they do. Does Roxy?
Yeah. Well, Roxy Moore had a crush on Dirk, but Dirk's gay, so that doesn't work.
Right. Right, Dirk's gay and Dave's bi, right? I think that's how they identify? Okay.
Correct.
I'm probably just making it up. I'm the kind of guy who gets confused easily, especially with the number of concussions I've sustained over the years. A real beef-witted bozo, that's me.
Okay, so he's not a himbo because he's not buff enough.
No, he's a himbo. He's definitely a himbo.
No, to be a himbo, you have to be pretty ripped.
Let me tell you, as someone who's seen how they depict him in Homestuck 2, he's definitely a himbo.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
But more than once, I've gotten an inkling that some of my friends might be giving me the old eagle eye, firing up the courting maneuvers, if you get my drift.
Caw!
So when you said things weren't right between me and my friends, that's sort of what I thought the personal change train was headed. An impression only further bolstered when you proceeded to introduce me to your blue arachnid-themed friend. I figured you remembered my sapphire sirens from my room.
Oh god, he thought you were trying to hook him up.
Oh. You know, Nateri and all that. It was a sweet gesture, although just so you're aware, she's a little too young for me to take that kind of interest. I appreciate the thought, though. Just some constructive criticism for next time.
Now you're tempted yourself to say aloud some kind of goofy RP action indicating your embarrassment. You don't, though, because it sounds stupid when Jake does that. Jeez, this is a mess. This kid has issues on issues on issues. When you think you've got your finger on one, it slides away to reveal 3 more. You're playing personal growth whack-a-mole over here, but you gamely draw yourself up and plunge onward, determined. Okay, you tell Jake. So if that's what he thought you were going to talk about, let's talk about it. How does it make him feel, thinking his friends are all attracted to him? What does he plan to do about it?
Oh, you know, I think all that malarkey will work itself out over time. I figure I'll just wait until someone brings it up, and then just go along with what they think we should do.
Jake, no!
Jake, no.
Really? That's his strategy? It seems remarkably lackadaisical, and it gives you that sinking feeling again about what's in store for future Jake. Does he actually return any of those feelings?
Sure I do. My friends are the cat's pajamas. I don't mind saying I really love them.
Jake, there's platonic love and there's romantic love, and they're different. Right, of course. But is there any one of them he feels differently about? What would he say if, for example, Jane asked him out?
I'd say yes, of course. How could I say no to a top Sheba like Jamie? She's smart as a whip with a mug to match.
Alright, what about Roxy?
A fellow would have to be daft as a doorknob to turn down Roxy. She's a genius tech hacker spy like in all my favorite movies.
And Strider?
Are you kidding? Strider's my best bro in the whole world, and a mighty strapping gent if we're getting into it. I can't think of any reason to say no to a proposition like that from my best bud.
The way Jake conceives of things is just far enough from your own viewpoint, you can't help feeling like you're passing by each other without really connecting. For example, he doesn't have to have a reason to say no to a friend asking him out. It comes down to his feelings. Does he really have strong feelings for any of these people? Like, stronger feelings than he was for Natiri? Who?
It's the blue girl from Avatar.
Right.
Oh, hey now, that's not really fair. Natiri is the perfect woman.
No, you insist it is fair. If someone has feelings for him, he should not be with him unless he has stronger feelings for that real flesh and blood person than he does for a poster of Natiri. It's important.
Well, if you put it that way, I don't even know if I've ever had feelings like that. I don't even think I'm capable of those kinds of feelings.
Is he Ace?
He might be Ace.
If that's the case, then he needs to be prepared to tell his friends that. It's not like he has to have those conversations now, but someday the feelings his friends have need to be addressed, and he needs to be ready to turn them down. He needs to make these decisions. He can't just wait for things to resolve on their own and deal with the consequences later.
Huh. Wow.
He doesn't sound nearly as excited about personal growth as he did before. He just sounds dejected.
I must say, you've given me a lot to think about.
That's a good thing, you remind him. He's learning important things.
Well, sorry, but a lot of people tell me it's important for me to learn various things. And for sure, sometimes they're right. I've never assumed the image of a chap who knows everything. But you've also been telling me I can stand up for myself sometimes, make my own decisions about what's right instead of letting other people tell me how to live. And I just don't think I agree with you on this.
He sneaks a guilty look at you from under his sad, bowed head.
What I mean is, I like making my pals happy. Even if I'm not always sure if I want the things they want, and I can't imagine the consequences could really be that bad. I think that in matters of the heart, I'm fine just going with the flow.
No, you're not. Don't do that.
No offense, but the way you're advocating I go about it just seems hard and sad. I don't want to hurt people. I really think it's best if I just sit back and see how things work out. And if someone asks me to do something, I might as well try it.
Jake, no.
That's just kind of the adventure boy I am.
You want to respect Jake's choices, but you can't help the exasperation rising up in you. Sure, he can decide how he wants to conduct his friendships, but the approach he's talking about is really unhealthy. If he wants to do right by his friends, he has to be honest with them and with himself. Otherwise, it's not fair to anyone.
I see what you're saying, but if you want my 100% bona fide opinion, I don't think I can do that. I guess we had different ideas about what we were getting into with this.
He can do it, though. All he has to do is try. Jake is shaking his head.
I'm sorry, I know you were really trying to help. I'm sure you're an excellent compadre, just like that spider girl said, but this isn't working for me. Maybe you should just take me home now. I can figure out a way to deal with the brobot.
Oh, right, we left because he's about to get his ass kicked. You're still well below the average Jake level of energy. You can see that you really affected him, but you're far from confident that your intervention is going to make any difference in the long run. Despite his seeming earnestness, you guess Jake wasn't as ready for change as he thought he was. Wait a fucking second, is this Is this a bad end? A horrible powerlessness threatens to overwhelm you. All at once, it makes you furious. This isn't fair! Jake gave you a choice between two options. You chose to help him face his problems. You know that was the right choice. You didn't do anything wrong. You were kind and patient. You talked to him sincerely and pushed him in the right direction. You deserve a good end. You deserve to save him. But you can't...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but you can tell Jake is emotionally closing up. You're willing to bet the conversation the two of you just had was among the most candid in his life, and he wasn't ready for another. You want so badly to help him. You know exactly the changes he needs to make. But you can't make those changes for him. He needs to do it himself. And he's just not ready. Maybe he'll never be. You hate this. You hate Jake and you hate yourself. Making people's lives better is the one thing that's given you piecemeal existence at any meeting. And he's taking this away from you. His stupid inability to face his issues is ruining your life. Okay, now I agree with Gwendolyn. You linger as long as you can, but eventually you have to do it. You gotta take the L.
Wow. There it is.
Well, shit. That was probably... I mean, excluding the violent ends, this was probably the worst end yet.
I lied about the air horn leaving! Sorry. Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, next up is Roxy. Autumn, are you fine
Yeah?
doing Roxy?
I can do Roxy.
Okay. Gonna take a quick break here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And send out my notifications again.
Yeah. Are we muted or no?
No, we're not.
Okay. I was just curious. I am going to get some water.
Me too. I am back. I am. How's everyone in chat doing?
Okay.
No.
God, I'm so tired. Oh, I should probably actually split the recording, so we will be right back. Can they hear me? They can hear me. Yeah, gonna be gone for maybe like 10 seconds. We'll be right back.